let's talk about those two terms because I feel like there is a lot of confusion, okay, when it comes to qualifying relatives for the purpose of applying for waivers and immediate relatives for the purpose of adjusting status. Okay, in this video, we are going to clear this confusion. Hopefully, by the end of the video, we'll get a sense of how to use those qualifying relatives or how to actually use those immediate relatives. Okay, let's start with qualifying relatives. If you're trying to apply for a waiver of unlawful presence using the form I-601A, just remember that the I-601A, for the purpose of waiving unlawful presence, you can only file that petition alone by itself. You can't combine it with other petitions, first of all, okay? And you must be here physically in the United States, right? In order to file that I-601A petition. And who are qualifying relatives? We have the spouse or the parent, lawful permanent resident, or U.S. citizen. That's it. That's about it. But when you're filing another waiver of inadmissibility on the ground of maybe public charge, on the ground of misrepresentation, fraud, minor crimes, stuff like that, right? Using fraudulent documents, stuff like that, you're going to use the form I-601. And that form, you can use it whether you're here in the U.S. or you're outside of the U.S. And the qualifying relatives for that form, you can use, who are they, right? Parent, spouse, children. They can be U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, okay? That is clear for that section. And now when we're talking about immediate relatives for the purpose of adjusting status, okay? We're talking about different things right now, right? We are talking about someone who is your relative, but for the purpose of immigration and for the purpose of adjusting status, that person can waive unlawful presence without you getting out of the U.S. That's what we talk about when we call immediate relatives. The relationship between a parent who's a U.S. citizen and a child who's under the age of 21. The parent in that instance will be considered immediate relative. Okay? The relationship between spouses who are U.S. citizens. The spouse who's U.S. citizen is considered immediate relative to the other spouse. So that person will not need to actually get out of the U.S. in order to adjust status based on unlawful presence, right? Unless they have some other thing like entry without inspection, stuff like that. That's another bracket for another day, okay? Then we have a relationship between a child who's a U.S. citizen and over 21 to a parent. That child who's a U.S. citizen and over 21 is an immediate relative to the parent. Then the parent can file for adjustment of status in the U.S. without getting out, because immediate relatives, by definition, they just waive unlawful presence altogether. So I guess we got this one clear, right? And we hope that you get it clear too. And we want to talk about something else, a different topic. This is just something that came during a consultation with a potential client. Really, this was something that this potential client could have avoided if he had counsel, really. His case was straightforward. Apply for green card marriage. Okay, green card based on marriage. Then he get his 2 years conditional green card, right? Then he applied for I-751, remove conditions on the green card. And then because those I-751 are taking forever, right, to be adjudicated, the person really, it was wise for them to actually apply for N-400 for naturalization. Remember, if you are applying for naturalization based on marriage, and when your I-751 is still pending, while the conditions are this, right? You have to still be married and living with the wife in question or the spouse in question, and filing taxes jointly. That's the big one people really just overlook. Then go with that person, that spouse, to the interview together. You can't just show up by yourself. You're getting this citizenship based on marriage. So this potential client, really, he just went by himself. Not just that, prior to going by himself, he was having a little bit of trouble in that marriage, trouble in paradise. He just had to change his address, start living with friends. So there's just right there's a little confusion and suspicions. Okay, it raises some type of suspicion. It's like, well, are you still married? Why do you have a different address now? So his citizenship application got denied and the I-751 got denied. Then again, you know how when they deny something, they tell you, well, you can file an appeal using 290B. And for the citizenship, you can file the 336, notice of hearing. So you can get a hearing on that. He went ahead and did all that again by himself. He could have avoided those fees, because the moment I-751 has been denied, there's no reason to apply again for that appeal on N-400, that 336 form, okay? So, but because he lacked counsel, he just went ahead and did it, wasted his time. Well, again, that form got denied, and now the appeal is pending. What do you do in that situation? You just wait for the appeal, the I-290B. Once it is actually, you get the answer, depending on what type of answer you get, then you will know how to move, right? So the moral of the story on this one is that if you do not understand procedures, right, you can mess up your own case yourself. If you don't have a qualifying attorney too, you can the attorney can mess up your case too, right? So it goes both ways. So you need to find qualifying lawyer, then you have to understand procedures, or you just trust the qualifying lawyer to understand procedures for you and explain them to you and get your case settled or resolved. If he had gone with the wife, and if he had not changed his address just because of some type of misunderstanding, he could have gotten his citizenship that day. So he messed up his own case. My friend, you need counsel. If you do not have one, you can call 202-751-2180. Email bijoux.ngwandaesq@gmail.com. Consultation fees apply. Or you can consult or schedule your consultation on your own time by using the link in the description box below. Until next time, bye-bye.